Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Season 1 of Ahsoka is completed, so I thought I'd jump straight back to a theory video that links to the amazing series we just saw. Without further delay, let's get into the video. Now, for a lot of my videos, I write scripts, and when I was completing the end of my Ahsoka season finale breakdown, a thought struck me that sort of sent me down a rabbit hole. Throughout the series, there are a few links to Jedi Fallen Order. We saw Ahsoka use Force psychometry, just like Cal Kestis does. Night Sister Morgan Elsbeth and the Great Mothers are prominent characters, and we get to see the planet of Dathomir in the season finale. Dathomir is a large part of the story in Fallen Order, as well as Cal teaming up with Night Sister Merrin, which continues in the sequel, Jedi Survivor. The Night Sister Temple on Arcana that Ahsoka visits at the beginning of the series share some remarkable similarities with the Zepho. I'm also reminded of the Zepho again, when we see statues reminiscent of them scattered around Peridea. These links grew in strength when a Twitter user deciphered some runes that were visible in episode 6, when Baylan and Shin ride off in search of Sabine and Ezra. Translated, these runes say, "Glory to Khajet, ruler of all, may his reign be everlasting." Khajet is a name we hear in Fallen Order. If you haven't played the game, Cal Kestis is attempting to find a holocron with a list of Force-sensitive children around the galaxy as a way to restart the Jedi Order. In order to do so, he has to retrieve an Astrium, which was a key used to unlock Zepho Vaults, which is where the holocron was kept. This Astrium was located within the Tomb of Khajet, located on Dathomir. Khajet was one of 3 Zepho sages, who were Zephonian beings that wielded the Force. The other 2 were Ilaram and Mictrol. These 2 resided more on the light side, however Khajet, with his tomb being located on Dathomir, which thrives on the dark side, began to become consumed by it. Now, along Cal's journey on Dathomir, he runs into an old man who introduced himself as a wanderer, warning Cal to stay away from the Tomb of Khajet. Cal continues on anyway, and when he exits the tomb later on, the same old man is waiting for him. Kestis had enough, and wanted to know who he really was, where he reintroduces himself as TARON MALICOS, a former Jedi, as he reveals 2 lightsabers on his waist. It's revealed later in the game that Malicos succumbed to the planet's darkness when he crashed on Dathomir after Order 66, and was captured by the Night Brothers. He ended up killing their leader, Brother Viscus, thus taking control of the Night Brother clan. Malicos ended up meeting Night Sister Merrin, where he wished for her to teach him her magic. He convinced her that it was actually the Jedi who led the attack on Dathomir during the Clone Wars, and in exchange for teaching him, he would get her the revenge she was seeking. Cal returned to the Tomb of Khajet once more, where Merrin appeared, and Cal told her that Malicos had lied to her, and in reality, Count Dooku had ordered General Grievous to attack Dathomir. Upon seeing his manipulative ways, Cal and Merrin decide to end him together. Cal confronted him once more, where Malicos attempted to recruit him, as he had done in their previous encounter. Cal refused again, and a duel ensued. TARON was quite powerful, however with Merrin helping Cal, he was able to somewhat hold his own. Merrin eventually grabbed Malicos with her magic, burying him within the Tomb of Khajet. With all that backstory and the links I can see out of the way, basically my theory is, upon the Great Mother's return to Dathomir, what if they visit the Tomb of Khajet? They are clearly aware of his existence. He may have even been on Peridea at one stage, and that is what the runes were referring to regarding his rule. They walk in there, and they can sense TARON MALICOS' presence. It will have been around 25 years since he was defeated there, yet stranger things have happened, and perhaps he is still alive, and just frozen in a carbonite-like state underground. Merrin did say as she buried him that he would be lying in the dark with his secrets until death takes him, in my mind confirming that he didn't die straight away at least. The Great Mothers bring him back, and he now has a role in THRAWN'S new empire. I also want to add, and shout out to my friend and thumbnail creator Skywalker Arts for this pickup, that Malicos could play the role of Jorah Sabaoth. Plus, he definitely resembles him. Sabaoth exists in the Legends Thrawn trilogy and was a clone of a Jedi Master where he played a key role in Thrawn's campaign. In saying this, he does possess a few qualities that remind me of Baylan's Skull. Malicos fled the Order and lost faith in the Jedi at the time of Order 66, as did Baylan. Malicos mentions that he wants to create something new and better, which definitely falls in line with what was motivating Baylan. Malicos, however, was very manipulative and twisted by the darkness, whereas Baylan was honourable and still only used violence if completely necessary and something stood in his way. The last little link I thought of was when I saw some people mentioning that Filoni has the opportunity to use George Lucas's sequel trilogy plans as inspiration for what he is doing with his Mandoverse. In George's plan, he was going to have Darth Maul included, with his apprentice being Darth Talon. Now, TARON and Talon are very similar names. Definitely some food for thought. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm definitely keen to get back into the theory and lore videos, and I think this was a pretty cool one to kick it back off with. I think there is definitely some support for this theory with the links I listed above between the Night Sisters and Zepho and Peridea. Some of my content up next will feature strongly on the Canon Vader comic series, which I'm having an absolute blast reading. Let me know what you guys thought of the theory, as well as what other canon books or comic books I should read. Until next time, may the Force be with you. Always.